The board has been clear that by September 8th, they really would like to be back to in-person regular instruction, provided that it's safe to do so.
That's Dr. Paul Gosman. He's the superintendent of the Sioux City Community Schools. In 2 weeks, students and staff in that school district will go to an all in-person learning environment in the classroom. That was the decision at last night's school board meeting. The district started the school year today with a hybrid learning plan. That means that students do half of their learning in person in a classroom. The other half of the time will be online from home. That way, only half of the students are in classrooms at any one time. Dr. Gosman says they're watching the community positivity rate right now, and if that remains low, they hope to have all of their students back.
Well, this allows us for a transition into the school year to make certain that we're not overdoing it as we begin with the pandemic in place, but to give us some chance to slowly transition into the year, to get the devices to the students, to give them some instruction and those sorts of things, and to let them know how excited we are to see them again.
Gosman also acknowledged the rise of COVID-19 cases in neighboring Plymouth County, but he says only 97 of the over 15,000 students in the district live there. So when looking at the positivity rate, he says he'll be looking at Woodbury County.
Students returning to their classrooms is a welcome turn of events for some families in Siouxland. KTIV's Michaela Feldman gives us a look at the first day of school in Sioux City.
It does feel different, but it's exciting nonetheless.
Back to school doesn't look like it usually does for those in the Sioux City Community School District. On his 13th first day of school, Superintendent Dr. Paul Gosman continued one of his favorite traditions, waving goodbye to the bus drivers as they headed out on their morning routes.
And it's a tradition I've always done. They're the staff members who are meeting the students as they get ready for the bus, as they get ready to come to school.
Dr. Gosman says it's a little bittersweet since only half of their students will gather together in the building. Bryant Elementary third grade teacher Mary Olarindami calls it the year of flexibility.
We're going to have to revise lots, and you know that's the way it will be, and we're all trying our best. Getting to actually see, you know, the real kids in the flesh, not on a screen, you know, that makes you excited.
Under the hybrid model, students with last names beginning N through Z went back to school Tuesday. Those with last names beginning A through M will head to class Thursday. While Olarindami has been a teacher for 7 years, she says this year isn't like anything she's experienced before. At the top of her mind, what she'll bring home to her own family.
I would say my biggest concern is what will I bring home to them? And, you know, I'm sure that's what all families are thinking. All teachers, all staff.
But even with that concern, Olarindami says,
we're so excited, you know, to see all of our hard work. Well, this is what it's for these little people.
In Sioux City, Michaela Feldman, KTIV News 4.
Face coverings will also be required during the day, with students and staff wearing them nearly the entire day. Dr. Gosman says exceptions to that rule are at times such as lunch, band practice, or during language courses.
Also heading back to class today, students and staff at Bishop Heelan Catholic Schools. Students, faculty, and staff are required to wear face masks and face shields, except for lunch, recess, and breaks. They'll be socially distanced or outside. Bishop Heelan High School Principal Christian Bork says things are more alike than they are different, but there will be noticeable changes. On top of the masks, students will carry a backpack throughout the day and a water bottle rather than using a drinking fountain or their lockers as frequently. But even with the changes, Bork says they're excited to be back.
Ultimately, we're educators. We're here to teach students, and we're here to translate education to these wonderful learners, and we're thrilled to have them back. We're thrilled to be able to interact with them outside of a computer screen. We're thrilled to have them, you know, have their perspective, and just to have them in the building. It's great.
Activities like band, choir, drama, and fine arts and athletics will all be happening this year as well.